The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversations and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now, here's your hosts Frank Allan and Brian Camp.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are once again. It's a Thursday. We're coming out of New York City. That's where we originate, but we're all over the world. We make sure that you know that because anywhere we go, it's global. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning. It's 1 a.m. In London. It's 3 a.m. in Israel, and it's 10 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. We want to welcome each and every one of you to another edition of Talk Back Live. We meet here every Thursday, and we invite each and every one of you to come in and enjoy it. This is a free-form show, and you can get involved in the show. That's why we call it Talk Back Live. And we've got a lot of things to talk about today. We want you in on some of the action, too. First off, we want to talk to our friends who've been with us for a very long time. And as I always do each week, I always thank you for being around with us. And you've been loyal all of this time. And now for you guys who've been around with us maybe for about a week or two ago, and then maybe there are some out there who've been here for the first time, very first time. The show operates like this. I, as the host of the show, I get things started. And I get things started by throwing out a conversation that we could start to chew on for just a couple of minutes. And then we don't have to do it all day or for the whole show. At any time at all, you can chime in. If you have anything to say, just type it right in. You could do that by using your keyboard on your telephone, your computer, be it laptop or desktop, or even your tablet as well. You can do that. It's no problem. And you could just type right in. I'll see you right there on the big screen. I'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas because I know that you have a lot of them. That's what the show is all about. Free exchange of ideas and of opinions. And I know you guys have a lot of those opinions to share with us, and we would love to hear from you. So take the opportunity and be proactive and get in there and use your keyboard and let's talk. And if you have anything in particular, a particular subject that you want to talk about, just type it right in there and I will entertain all of that. We've got a lot of good things to talk about today. We are here and I want you guys to know if you're watching us on Facebook, because we're on two different platforms, So you can watch us on Facebook, you can watch us on YouTube. That's our platform. And wherever you are, you can enjoy the same show. And if you're watching us on, let's say, YouTube, well, what we want you to do is share this show with your friends. You can cut and paste the platform that you are. And the same thing goes with you guys who are watching us on Facebook, too. Cut and paste the platform that you're watching us on, and then share it with all your friends, okay? Because we want to see as many people that we have. And if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to go onto our YouTube channel right there. And we want you to subscribe. And you don't have to, doesn't take much to do that. It's all free of charge. So we'll tell you more about that later. Brian Camp is my co-host coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And welcome, Brian, to the show.
Hey, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Hope all is well. Everything is going well.
I think we're all assembled and accounted for here. I just want to tell the people that if you want to come in and enjoy the conversation, you can do that. I'll see you when you come in.
Right.
And I could see you, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, I could see you when you come in. But I want to guarantee you guys one thing, that if you're a first-time viewer of the show and you just want to watch the show and not indulge in conversation, that's okay too. But I do see you that you're out there, but I will not acknowledge you unless you say something first. That's how we do it, because we want to make sure everybody have their privacy in all shape. But hopefully down the line somewhere, you will do that. right, Brian?
Yeah, it's all about protocol, make
Yeah,
sure everybody feel comfortable coming in, we're not going to bite you or anything like that, but sometimes you just want to lay back, kick back and just enjoy the show. That's all.
yeah, that's what it's all about. So, you guys, you're out there. Good. We got a lot of things to talk about today. A whole lot of things to talk about today. Uh, it's the month of March, and this is our first show. This is our very first show in the month of March. This is March 5th. And within this within this month, we got a lot of things to talk about. We're celebrating Irish American Heritage Month as well, all month long. That's what we got going. So if you're from Ireland or someplace there, uh, we love to talk about it. If you want to talk about your culture, you can chime in and do that too, no matter where you are. And by the way, this show goes all the way out to Ireland as well. So if you're watching us and you want to talk more about it, it's Irish American Heritage Month. Also, it's National Women's History Month. Brian, I think you're going to be doing something about that too, right?
Oh yeah, I got for this week, I got something very interesting that I was doing some research, and really enjoyed it, and I'm going to share when the time is right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah,
It sounds good.
yeah.
Okay. I'm looking. I'm monitoring YouTube right now, and for some reason I don't see us on, but we're on Facebook for the meantime. So I'm not sure what's happening. But oh, there it is. It just popped on. It just popped on. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. These technical things do happen. Okay, so getting back to the month, it's also Red Cross month. It's
Hmm,
Red Cross Month. That's very important. A lot of people donate to this organization, and it's been around for many years. For many years, long before we all were born, it's been around. So that's something that they put out there that you could check it out. So all month long, we're going to be talking about that. Celebrate Irish American Heritage Month, National Women's Month as well, History Month, and because women have done a great abundance of great things for this country and all around the world. And then, of course, Red Cross Month. I want to remind everyone, and I hope I know you know this, Brian. I don't have to even tell you about this, but this weekend is daylight savings time. That's when it
oh,
starts.
yes, okay. Oh, so that means we're gonna go, let me see. Forward means fall, spring means going backwards. So we lose an hour's sleep then.
Mhm.
Yeah. I, I guess well, I just
That's
go to bed an extra hour early. That's all. Make up the
that's the
time.
best. That's the best thing we could do. That's the bad thing about daylight savings time. You lose that sleep. But I usually tell people you don't have to really lose the sleep. Just go to bed an hour earlier than you normally do.
That's right.
I
But
think
isn't
doesn't
it
that,
kind of early though? I thought it was like later on. I thought it was like in
I thought
April.
so too, but when I looked at the calendar and I saw it, and they're talking about it on TV as well, I had to double check it. When I saw it on the calendar, I had to double check it myself. I had to make sure it was true, and it is true. And
Wow.
they did promote it on the TV as well on some of the news programs. They did promote it too, so that's true. So it's Sunday. It's Sunday at 2 a.m. when you set your clocks.
Saturday into
Saturday,
Sunday.
yeah. So it will be Sunday
Okay.
morning at 2 a.m. But if you're like me, you do it during the day on Saturday. That's what I do, so I don't forget about it. I do it before I go to bed. Before you go to bed, it's the ideal time to do it. But I usually do it like in the afternoon. I
But
usually set.
nowadays, with technology, if depending on your phone, your watches, and your clocks, it does it automatically by
Yeah,
itself. So
yeah,
there's maybe certain things like you might want to do your microwave oven or something
yeah,
like that. You're gonna have to do it manually yourself and everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. All of the systems clocks we don't have to worry about, like your cell phone and if you have a landline with a phone, I think with that you have to set. I mean, at least with mine I have to set, and your cable box.
Yeah.
All of those
Absolutely.
systematic devices that you have, they set automatically. It's just that the clocks, your uh, internal clocks at home, you want to make sure you set them. So that's what we'll have there, and we're going to remind you about that before we go off the air too, just as well. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. and it's now 9 minutes past the hour wherever you are.
Wherever, yeah, you might be locally right now, Eastern Daylight Time, or you could be anywhere around the globe. You could be like in the afternoon, you could be in the evening or early in the morning, especially in the Middle East. The Middle East may have like 6 or 7 hours ahead of us. If
Yeah,
you're out there in the West Coast, like Hawaii, you're
yeah,
6 hours behind.
yeah,
They 6 hours behind us and everything. So
yeah,
yeah, it's amazing how these here time um daylight saving time wherever you may be just may be a little different. But
yeah.
um
They
but they're
they
on.
I know in some places they don't set clocks at all. I know for one place I know for sure that Japan don't even touch their clocks.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
in some countries as well, you be shockingly like in Alaska, half of the year is darkness and half
Hmm.
of the year is light, you know. Australia could be like 100 degrees in during the winter time here.
Yeah.
It could be so hot and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So it depends
Yeah.
on where you are.
I know there were I had some people tell me one time, and some people don't even remember this. I asked people, don't you remember this is during the time when Nixon was in office? And Nixon called for the setting of the clock, to banish the setting of the clocks.
Mhm.
So when it came around, I think it was fall when you set the clocks back, right? At that
Yeah.
particular time, he says, "No, you don't set the clock. We didn't even touch our clocks." A lot of people don't remember that. I do,
Yeah. Yeah,
but it
I mean,
didn't.
it's like how you should remember is like when it's fall, that means it's time to fall back.
Yeah,
you know, or no, no,
spring up,
spring,
fall back, spring
right.
up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's spring forward
Yeah,
and fall back, which means
yeah,
if you push your clocks back,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
that's the easy way to remember. That's the easy way to.
Absolutely.
And we also, all of us who are on radio and TV, and we do a show like this, we like to remind you of those things because a lot of people do forget their clocks. Now, those of you who forget, let's say particularly this weekend, if you forget to set your clock, that means what? You're going to be late for work. Isn't that true? Is that right? You're going to be late for work.
You're gonna be late for work. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be an
So
hour late for work.
so go to bed
So
an hour early. That's all. Just go to
yeah,
bed an hour early.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And for the people who forget to set their clocks, like when we go back, when we fall back, and if they forget their clocks, they go to work an hour early. But then
Yeah.
they're on the safe side because they're there anyway. But you don't want any of that. So you just want to make sure that you set your clocks. And remember, it's this weekend. This,
This weekend.
this weekend.
Wow, I can't believe it's this early though. And I mean, it's like I know we just started March, but I thought it was like sometime in April that we do this. But wow, it's amazing.
That's what I was thinking too, and I still can't believe it because when I saw it, I said, something, and that's after we had that snowstorm.
Yeah,
And I said, wait a minute, we just got finished a snowstorm,
that's
and now
right.
they're telling us this. And I looked, I said, I don't know. I don't know who constituted that. But something, there was another thing when they were supposed to stop um, setting the clocks altogether. This was like maybe about a year ago when they had posted that, and that never materialized. So everyone still says the same thing. What do you think about that? You think you ever want to just want to leave the clocks alone? What do you think?
I would just rather just leave the clocks alone. I mean, or if they could just say, we'll just turn it back for you. And, I guess we're not totally technology out yet because there's some things we got to do it manually.
Yeah,
Like even alarm clocks, hey, set my alarm. You could speak to Alexa or whoever, that technology thing and set my clock, wake me up at a certain time. But we're getting there with technology almost fully. You'd be
you,
surprised, they're not going to
you're not
need people anymore. They're just going to just use
right.
computers.
We're sort of obsolete as it is now.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Yeah.
don't need us anymore. I mean, we're like robots.
Mhm.
It's just like a lot of people have lost their jobs that way, and it's getting worse because of AI. Everything is getting worse. So whatever you have going for yourself, enjoy it because you never know. You may not have it again.
That's right.
Uh, but in the meantime, that's what we got going. Just set your clocks. Again, we'll talk more about that later on in the program. Okay. All right. Singer songwriter Neil Sedaka, who wrote and performed his hits through the 1950s and 60s, including "Old Carol," "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do," "Bad Blood," "Laughter in the Rain," and "Calendar Girl," has died. His family did not disclose his cause of death or where he died. The Brooklyn native and student of the famed Juilliard School in New York was the founder of a doo-wop group called the Tokens in the 1950s. He wrote his first hit song with his neighbor while still a teenager. And he wrote for Connie Francis the hit Stupid Cupid back in 1958. Sedaka was 86 years old. Brian, it's time for sports.
Oh, okay. Well, it's today is I believe is March, is the first week of March. And you know what that means, right? March
Yeah.
Madness is right around the corner. March Madness is right around the corner. We're not going to talk about March Madness this week because they still having their regular season games, but this weekend ends the regular season games, and the interconference will have their conference um tournaments coming up. So I would say around mid-March, another week or so, a week and a half, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna pick our brackets. We're gonna tell you, where they're at, who's the number one seed, and we're going to talk about the craziness of this crazy month in sports called March Madness. But let's get some sports. First, let me give you my weather here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is presently 66 degrees. 66 degrees. The high today was 77. So it was a warm day. It was great. The windows was up. The people was walking around with their pets, and it was a very warm day here in North Carolina. I hope around the nation, and you're going to get that same type of weather or close to it as well. Now, in the NFL, Kyler Murray era with the Arizona Cardinals is officially coming to a close after months of speculation about Murray's future with the team. Arizona has informed the 2019 number one draft pick that they plan to release him next Wednesday. That's maybe this Wednesday, next Wednesday. It's next one Wednesday. In fact, it already happened because today is Thursday. When the new league begins, by borrowing trade sources of ESPN Adam Schefter on Monday, Murray was already guaranteed $36.8 million for the 2026 season that's coming up, and would have been guaranteed another 19.5 million for 2027 if he was still on the roster on the fifth day of the 2026 league year, which is March 16th. Well, he's not going to get that money from the Cardinals. He's going to be released, and some other team will probably get him. Now, in the NBA, spoke about this here a couple months ago about this lawsuit with the gambling. This is a big one, and when I say this is a big one, the organized crime is involved. As they call it, the mafia is involved. So this is dangerous territory. Um, Chauncey Billups, former NBA Finals MVP and coach, um, entered his not guilty plea for November 24th on federal charges connected to a rigged poker game that had enveloped the attention of the NBA and the rest of the sports world. Um, he facing some serious charges, maximum of 20 years, a couple of decades. This is serious because they said in this involves gambling where it's been rigged um, by other people, which is the mafia, organized crime. We don't know what type of mafia. The mafias come in different ethnic groups nowadays, so we're not going to just say which one, but there's organized crime behind this, and it is serious. in front of the 30 other defendants. Remember when I tell you there was other people, other people that were involved. Um, Billups, mostly expressionless, sat front and center for more than 3 hours as Judge Raymond Reyes heard arguments over sorts of procedural and logistics issues, casting Billups as the face of the trial. That means he's really front and center. That includes violent criminals with long rap sheets, mobsters, and members of the criminal underworld, as prosecutors allege that he was the face card in the rigged poker games, someone whose fame lured victims to the table. Now, if that's not serious enough, it gets serious and it's going to get worse. So, we say, why do these here guys do this here? Why do these young kids get caught up? Well, we just know. You just don't know. They may be into these here people in money, and if you don't abide by it, then you might be floating with the fishes and everything. I'll leave it just like that. I'm not gonna say anything else. In the WNBA, Kelsey Plum said that while players' unions should continue to negotiate a new collective bargain agreement, she believes that the offer the WNBA which is the Players Association, has received from the WNBA so far reflects a significant win, and that a strike would be the worst thing for both sides. Now, the two sides have been far apart on revenue sharing as they work toward a new CBA agreement. A process that started nearly 17 months ago when the WNBA which is the Players Association, which is their union, opt out of the previous agreement. Now, the Players Association is asking for the system in which players receive an average of 26% of gross revenue before deducting expenses, while the league has been offering a system in which the players receive 70% of net revenue after deduction expenses. So we may have a strike. We don't know yet, but the women are trying to their best to try to hold out. But the owners, they play hardball, so we don't know what's going to happen. Now, in Major League Baseball, Atlanta Braves designated hitter Jurickson Profo is facing a 162 game suspension for testing positive for performance enhancing drugs, that's the PEDs, for the second time in the past year, sources told ESPN. Now, Profar is 33, will be the sixth player to receive a 162 game ban for PEDs since Major League Baseball increased the penalty for the two-time offenders to a full season in 2014. He will forfeit his entire, check this out, his entire $15 million salary and will be ineligible for the postseason. That means basically he can't go near any facilities. That means he can't go to any games. He's just gonna have to be away from the game. So he's gonna be sitting out watching the games on TV or wherever he may be, but he cannot come nowhere. He's ineligible for, as I'm going to speak about in a second, the WBC, which is the World.
Okay, okay. Audio went out, video went out. You saw me moving my mouth. At least you guys on YouTube, right? Saw me moving my mouth. Nothing's coming out. Something's coming out now. Uh, we, I, I'm not sure what's going on. Brian, are you still there? Okay, I know he's there. He's there. I mean, I see he's got a picture there, but I know he's online. And we're going to get back to him with sports. I don't know what happened, guys. We had a problem. Uh, we'll see what happens when he comes in. We'll see what happens. We'll try our best to get him back. Okay. Let's see. Or maybe he can do the rest of the show by. Okay, he dropped out again. He dropped out again. We're gonna have to see what happens. Okay. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And this is one of the weeks where we're trying to get it together. Talkback Live comes to you every Thursday at this time. And we come to you with sports, which Brian was doing. He was caught, he dropped in the middle of it. And we're waiting for him to come back. Now, I want to remind you guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, because that's where we are, we're on two different platforms. We're on YouTube and we're on Facebook as well. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Now, I just want to let you know that when you subscribe to the YouTube, you get no charges. We don't bill you for anything like that. It's free of charge. The only thing that you have to do is click on where it says subscribe. It's right there in black border and white print. Just click onto that and you're in. There's no charge or anything for that. We want you to know that. So please do that for us. And Brian is now back. We had a technical problem, Brian.
Yeah, I've been having problems all day today with the internet, so my apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me continue.
Yeah.
Can I continue?
Absolutely. Pick up where
Okay.
you left off if you can remember.
Yes. The loss, a significant blow for the person that's being suspended for the entire season will also have lost his money and everything is for the WBC. Also, his teammates, two pitchers are going to be going for the season as well. So he's taking a beating. He's not going to be getting paid. It's just a sad thing. It's very, very sad, and we just hope that he would recover from this here. This day in sports, March 5th, 1964, Atlanta Mayor Ivan Allan Jr. announced his baseball team is moving to Atlanta. 1966, player reps elect Marvin Miller as an executive director for the Major League Baseball Players Association. 1973, the New York Yankees. Now this is an old one. I remember doing this here. I remember this as a youngster too. New York Yankee pitchers Peterson and Mike Kekich announced they are swapping wives. They are swapping wives. And this was on television too. They are swapping wives. Yes. I don't know if they still. I don't even know if some of them are still alive. But I remember this just happening in 1973 that they made an announcement. They was probably on the Tonight Show. I forget if it was the Dick Cavett show or Johnny Carson or one of them during that time where they said that they was going to swap wives. 1996, Earl Weaver, Jim Bunny elected to Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. 1997, Tommy Lasorda, Nellie Fox, and Willie Wells inducted to Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. Birthdays on this day, 1935. Billy Tubbs, NCAA men's college coach, was born in St. Louis, Missouri. 1938, happy birthday to Fred Williamson, NFL cornerback and actor. Remember Fred Williamson played in Three the Hard Way. Was born in Gary, Indiana, where the Jackson Five and the rest of the clan was born. 1946, Rocky Bleier, NFL running back, four-time Super Bowl champion with the Steelers, was born in Appleton, Wisconsin. 1947, Kent Tekulve, Major League Baseball pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1979, was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. Happy birthday, 1966, to Michael Irvin, NFL wide receiver, Hall of Famer, three-time Super Bowl champion, and broadcaster, was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 1999, happy birthday to Justin Fields, NFL quarterback, born in Kenshore, Georgia. Kenshore, Georgia, yes. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
With all the technical things and all of these things that oh boy, it's It's crazy all the way around. I told you earlier we had a technical problem on the YouTube side, but that's back up and running. And then you drop by. I don't know what's your excuse because we're pouring down raining over here. I don't know if that. I'm not saying that has anything to do with it, but
I don't know. I think it's more of my computer than anything else. When I'm on the phone, I don't have no issues with coming on Zoom and everything. I don't know. It could
Mhm.
be my. It could be I need to get rid of some of this here junk on my computer. But it's like I use the computer for a bigger screen and everything. But
Mhm.
I'm on my phone right now, so
Oh,
I don't know. Just don't know.
well,
So.
it's very rare that happens though on this
Very
show.
rare. Very,
Yeah.
very rare. Very rare. Yeah. But I bounce back though. I make sure you got to keep an extra device handy just in case. Just
Yeah.
in case.
I want to say hello to Mary Reed from Brooklyn, New York, who's watching us on both wings. She's watching us on YouTube and watching us on Facebook as well. Hello to Brian Amir. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Brian. I don't want to screw it up. Muir. Muir?
Yeah. Who's that?
Muir. Anyway, he's out there watching us on Facebook.
Hmm.
And we're glad the rest of you are out there as well. We're going to try to get through this show before anything bounces off again. Maybe it's a conspiracy. We're in the middle of a war, maybe that, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that guy that reside at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue might have something to do with it. To be honest with you, you know, I just don't trust him. He's
We're going to, it's crazy. Hey, Brian, I don't know if you kept up with this. Oh, before
War.
we go
Maybe
there,
that. I don't
before
know.
before we go there, it's
Uh-huh.
it's Women's History Month. Now, if you don't do this, then they're gonna say, "All right, what's the matter? You talked about all of these things. It's Women's History Month. Women are the greatest people in the world." Well, you have some information, right?
I have some information. Okay,
All right, let
everybody
us
out
hear
there
that first.
listening, everybody that's listening out there, you women are is so important to us, not only to men but to the world. You ever heard of a woman called Rosalind Franklin?
No, who is she?
Okay, Rosalind Franklin. I'm going to give you this. This here was very intriguing. So I'm gonna read what who this person is. She was a British chemist, an X-ray uh, crystal a crystallographer, whose critical work, including the famous Photo 51, provided the essential evidence for a double helix structure of DNA. Despite her pivotal contributions, she was largely overlooked during her lifetime and died at over. She died of ovarian cancer at the age of 37, before the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to Watson, Crick, and Wilkins. Wow. Well, here's some of her contributions. DNA structure. Working at King's College London, she used X-ray diffraction to determine that DNA had a helical structure. Her data was shared without permission, directly aiding Watson and Crick and Model uh, virus research. She performed groundbreaking work on the molecular structures of viruses, including the tobacco, mosaic virus, and polio. Early in her career, she made a significant contributions to understanding the physical structure of coal. Like I said, she was born July 25th, 1920, in London, England. Her education, she showed an early aptitude for science and attended St. Paul's Girls' School before studying chemistry at Cambridge University.
Brian,
Uh,
flip your camera so we can see you a little bit.
oh,
There.
okay. You see me? Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
that's fair.
Now, she died April 16th, 1958, at the age of 37, like I said, of ovarian cancer, possibly linked to her extensive work with X-rays. Now, when you work with X-rays and rays, that could, create cancerous cells and everything. So, radiation, things like that. Um, Now, She now though excluded from the 1962 Nobel Peace Prize, which is not something that she did not get. Um, Here he is. She's awarded. She is now recognized as a key figure, important figure in molecular biology and a role model for women in science. She was known for her brilliant, rigorous, and independent research style, often described as a forgotten or wrong heroine of science. So she was very important. 37 years old, very, very young, died of cancer, but she was responsible for the DNA that we have in this country to here it is that we could use to get people who were innocent over the years or found guilty through DNA. So this is who she was, and this here was very interesting to me. Now we also have a women's history in sports. This one we all know. We all know this woman right here. Born in 1960, November 23rd, American television broadcaster Robin Roberts. After growing up in Mississippi and attending Southeastern Louisiana University, Roberts was a sports anchor for a local TV and radio station. Roberts was a sportcaster for 15 years, from 1990 to 2005. She was the first woman to co-host NFL Primetime. She became a co-anchor on Good Morning America in 2005. Roberts was inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012. Her treatment for this, I'm trying to pronounce this cancer, the myeloplastic syndrome, was chronicled on the program, which earned a 2012 Peabody Award for the coverage. Now, Roberts was born in Tuskegee, Alabama, and grew up in Pass Christian, Mississippi, where she played basketball and tennis. She was very athletic. Among other sports, she attended, like I said, Pass Christian High School and graduated with the class of 1979. She is the daughter of Lucima Marin and Colonel Lawrence Roberts, who was a Tuskegee Airman himself. Remember, they had a document on that on HBO not too long ago about her father, and he fought in World War II. Roberts also credited for patience with cultivating the 3Ds: discipline, determination, and Deloy. She is the youngest of four following siblings, Sally Ann Lawrence Jr., nicknamed Butch, and Dorothy. Roberts attended Southeastern Louisiana University in Louisiana. She worked in when I say various, radio stations and TV stations. She was the anchor. She did for a while was anchor for Alex Trebek when he took ill for his Jeopardy. As you know, she works for Good Morning America. She was the anchor for Sports Center for on ESPN, and she goes on and on. Her record was so I can't read everything. It was just because of time, because time is coming against us. But she was a big fixture in the sports world, and led into her career in journalism. So we tip our hats off to these two women, and we wish them the best. And there you have it.
Okay, now you're going to be doing this all month long for Women's History Month. A lot of people may not realize that this whole month of March is going to be Women's History Month. And of course, uh, each week, as I said, you'll come back and give us some more about others who have
Absolutely.
great achievements.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. On this day in history, in 1917, as we go back in time, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson is inaugurated for the second term. On this day in history, 1936, the 8th Academy Awards for Mutiny on the Bounty goes to Victor McLeggett and Betty Davis. On this day in history, 1955, WBBJ TV, Channel 7 in Jackson, Tennessee, ABC station, starts a broadcast. On this day in history, in 1956, Capitol Records releases songs for Swinging Lovers. That's the 10th album by Frank Sinatra, and it became the first album ever to top the UA album charts. On this day in history, 1960, Elvis Presley ends his 2 years of service in the U.S. Army. Back in 1963, the Beatles recorded From Me to You and Thank You. Back in 1970, Airport, starring Burt Lancaster and Dean Martin, is released. And the same year, the Edison Theater opens on West 47th Street in New York City. In 2002, reality TV program The Osbournes premieres on MTV, featuring the family of the rock singer Ozzy Osbourne. In 2020, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren drops out of the Democratic presidential race. Actor Rex Harrison was born on this day in 1908, and he was born in Highton, England. He died June 2nd, 1990. He was 82 years old. He died from pancreatic cancer. On this day in history, 1927, actor Jack Cassidy was born in Richmond Hill, Virginia. He died in 1976. On this day in history, 1933, R&B singer Tommy Tucker, who recorded High Heel Sneakers, was born in Springfield, Ohio, and he died in 1982. On this day in history, in 1936, actor Dean Stockwell was born in Los Angeles, California. He died in 2021. Back in 1937, jazz singer Carol Sloan was born in Providence, Rhode Island. She died in 2023. On this day in history, 1938, rock and pop singer Paul Evans, who recorded that song, you may go back in time, you may not remember, Happy Go Lucky Me. And he was born in Queens, New York. He's 88, he's still around. On this day in history, 1956, Bobby DeBarge, who from the group DeBarge, was born in Detroit, Michigan. He died in 1995. In 1956, R&B singer Tina Marie was born in Santa Monica, California. She died in 2010. Singer Andy Gibb, one of the brothers, that's the Bee Gees brothers, and he was born on this day in 1958 in Manchester, England. He died March 10th, 1988, at 30 years old. And the cause of death was myocarditis. Myocarditis. That's how they pronounce it. I'm not sure what that is. Actress Eva Mendes was born on this day in 1974 in Miami, Florida. She's 52 today. Happy birthday. Actor Kevin Connolly was born on this day in 1974 in Patchogue, New York, and he's 52 today. In 1948, actor Eli Wallach marries actress Ann Jackson. In 1987, figure skater Dorothy Hamill weds second husband Kenneth Douglas Forsythe. They got divorced in 1995. In 1989, actor William Hurt marries his second wife, Heidi Henderson. They got divorced in 1993. And speaking of 1993, that was the same year former Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry divorced his wife, Effie. That was her name, Effie. In 1998, singer Mariah Carey and music mogul Tommy Mottola. They got 2 years after they were married. Let's see. Country singer Patsy Cline died on this day in 1963 in a plane crash. She was 30 years old. She was born September 8th, 1932, and she was born in Winchester, Virginia. Comedian John Belushi died on this day in 1982 at 33 from a drug overdose. He was born January 24th, 1949 in Chicago, Illinois. Hugo Chavez, that's the president of Venezuela, died on this day in 2013. He was 58. He died from cancer, and he was born July 28th, 1954. He was born in Sampaneta, Barrena State, Venezuela. I just should have said Venezuela.
Yeah.
That would have covered everything. 2014 game show host Jeff Edwards dies from pneumonia. and he was 83 years old. And that's what's happening on this day in history. And if you guys out there know what's happening on this day in history, please feel free to let us know. And we'll put it out there for you. I will put it out there orally, and when you type it in, everybody will get to see it. And so thank you. And by the way, if you want to get in touch with us by any means, by all means, I should say, I have an email address and a telephone number. We would love you to do that. Let me give you the email address first. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Now, you can have a question for me, Brian, and anything that you want, or you want to talk about the show, or even if you have a birthday coming up, we could talk about that. Anything. Just take that information and keep it all in your electronic devices, be it that if your computer, be it laptop, desktop, your telephone, or even your tablet. And if you have all of those devices, put them on all of them. This way, if you don't have one available, you can fall back on the other. Simple as that, because you take your cell phone everywhere you go anyway, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And if you walk out of the house and you feel kind of naked, go back and remember you didn't forget your pants, you didn't forget your shirt or your skirts or anything. You forgot your cell phone. That's the thing that makes you feel naked if you don't have it with you. Okay. Again, the address is Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number, once again, is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. I want to go along to some of these movies now. Those of you who know that we give you these movies each week, because I always go into the Turner Classic Movies Vault and pick out the best of the week for your weekend. Your weekend is coming up, and you might want to catch up on some old movies. So I have these classics, and this week I have 6 this week. Let me count them. 6 this week. Okay, here's a classic for you. Forbidden Planet from 1956, starring Walter Pidgeon, Anne Francis, and Leslie Nielsen. And that's Turner Classic Movie. That's Saturday at 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Now, that's in the middle of the night. If you can't be up there, DVR it and then watch it later.
Here's another way to do it. Yeah,
that's the safest way to do it. You can't miss it then, and you can watch it at any time you want. Here's one that you remember, and even people who haven't been born remember this one. Mighty Joe Young from 1949.
Hey, that's a Thanksgiving movie.
That's right. But it's coming on Turner Classic Movies with Terry Moore, Robert Armstrong, and Ben Johnson. And that's Saturday at 6:45 a.m. There you go. There you go. DVR. Okay. But if you have insomnia, you won't have any problem. Here's something nice. On the Town. The same year as Mighty Joe Young, 1949, Gene Kelly, Frank Sinatra, and Jules Munshin, and that's Turner Classic Movies at Sunday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. So you may be on your way to church, so DVR it, and you can watch it when you get back. And here's Guys and Dolls, 1955, with Marlon Brando, Gene Simmons, and Frank Sinatra once again, Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And you have The Apartment from 1960, Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, and Fred McMurray, Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 1:45 p.m. Eastern. And my favorite line in that movie, when Shirley MacLaine said, "Out with the old, in with the new." No, as she says, "Ring out the old, ring in the new, ring a ding ding." That's what she said in that movie. And then we have finally Barefoot in the Park. This goes back to 1967. Robert Redford, Jane Fonda, and Charles Boyer. It's a classic. It's black. It's in color, and it's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, again, go to Turner Classic Movies, and because there may be other movies that I didn't mention, but these are my picks of the week, and you could watch them all. You could watch them. And you can add them to your bucket list. And there are other things that you could watch, the pay-per-view movies, and you also have children's programming, and you have documentaries, sporting events, all of that right at your fingertips. Let me quickly repeat the movies once again. Forbidden Planet with Walter Pidgeon Anne Francis, Leslie Nielsen, and that's Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Mighty Joe Young with Terry Moore, Robert Armstrong, Ben Johnson. Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 6:45 a.m. Eastern. On the Town with Gene Kelly, Frank Sinatra, and Jules Munshin. That's Turner Classic Movies Sunday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Guys and Dolls with Marlon Brando, Gene Simmons, and Frank Sinatra. Turner Classic Movies Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. The Apartment, Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, and Fred McMurray. Turner Classic Movies Sunday at 1:45 p.m. Eastern. And Barefoot in the Park. And when in the park, you know where that was recorded is in the Washington Square Park in New York City. That's where that was.
That's Union Square, right?
That's right. Well, no, Union Square was it's a little more uptownish from Washington Square. Anyway, you could see that with Robert Redford, Jane Fonda, and Charles Boyer. Turner Classic Movies Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Those are the movies of the week. Okay, check them out. Take a gander at them. Brian, did you know? I don't know if you kept up with it. I was going to say it early, but I didn't want to interject until you finished off with the women's stuff that you had of the month. But we had another miracle on the Hudson this week. Did you hear about it?
No, I did not hear about this one.
Yep. This time it involved a smaller plane. And they called the second miracle on the Hudson. Remember the first one, right?
Remember the first one, the Hudson River, right on the west side.
That was 17 years ago. And they had another one this week. This was a smaller plane, and there were only two people in the plane. There was the pilot and the some teenage kid that was training, and they both survived it. They landed in the river, in the icy river. That's probably one of the things why they stayed afloat for a while at least. But everybody was safe, so that was part of the news. And the big news, Brian. I don't know. You can take this. You can be happy about it. You can be sad about it, depending on who you are or where you are. But Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem was fired.
Yeah, I heard something about that today. Now she's not the press secretary, right? She's
no. That's
Bondi.
That's Bondi. Yeah, that's Bondi. Well, but Kristi Noem, she's a Homeland Security. She was the Secretary of Homeland Security, and she was just recently on TV. She was being grilled by the Republicans, and she was being grilled really heavy. And I guess the Orange Man had enough of her crap and fired her. But here's the thing, Brian. She still has a job because she's now going into this new position, right? This new position is called, because he fired her via social media, as every punk would do. They don't tell you in your face. They want to, use some kind of source to fire you. Anyway, she's going into this new position, I guess, and no one ever heard of it. And the new role is called a special envoy for let's see. Oh, yeah. The special envoy for Shield of Americas. I don't know what that is. That's something he just made up. He pulled it out of thin air.
I guess what he's trying to do is try to not embarrass her. He's just probably going to just make up a new position for her to have. But I saw the internet was flowing about, and some was celebrating. Look,
yeah.
I'm like this. I may not like these political parties, the Democrats, especially the Republicans. Both sides are so weak. But I'm not in the business of celebrating somebody losing their job because everybody got families that they want to take care of and everything. But listen, she's there to make her boss look happy, make him look good, but in the same time, she made him look like an idiot too, as well. So to me, that's just a new position. Did she lose her job? No, but she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
I agree. I don't want to see anyone lose their job either. But she wasn't doing her job.
She wasn't doing her job, right? So
she wasn't doing her job, and that and here's someone that's going to replace her. He's the senator. His name is Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. He's a senator out of Oklahoma, and he's going to fill that position. Now, you know what that's like? That's like sending an arsonist into a flaming building.
Oh gosh.
He knows nothing. What does he know? That's why I said. That's why I'm saying this is that anyone you could say good she got fired. You could say, oh no, that's not. They shouldn't have fired. Whatever you feel, but she did get fired, and she's going to go someplace else. But I don't think anything is going to change when they put this new guy in there. There's nothing's going to change
He's going to
at
be
all.
probably a yes sir to the president, make the president look good, say the right thing so he won't get grilled. I thought Bondi was gonna. I thought she was gonna get grilled. I thought she was gonna lose her job, but
Oh,
you know,
she was subpoenaed.
oh, she was.
She was subpoenaed. Now she
Oh
has to
gosh.
answer questions about the Epstein files,
Well,
which they're
she
trying
might.
to. They're
Well,
still trying to cover that.
she might resign now if that's the case.
Well, maybe so because she won't be able to pull off those antics she did the last week or so.
Oh man, she got. Oh man, she got
Yeah,
grilled. Oof.
yeah. And Corey Lewandowski, who was the formerly the Trump's 2016 campaign advisor, uh, he also got fired because he was working with Noam. And there were rumors that they were together, but that doesn't matter. I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Who you fooling around with? But he got fired. And now we got this war going on. And by the way, there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people on the chopping block, and I think Cash Patel is going to be one of them. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that guy in the locker room with the hockey players, the USA hockey players, guzzling beer and doing the frat thing, yo yo, bomb bomb, banging on tables?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Listen. Listen, I understand you want to celebrate the USA victory in the Olympics, but there's a time and place for everything. It's just we as a country are not doing things right. We're not being smart. We're not being smart at all. And the person who's in charge of this, the president, needs to be accountable for all of this.
Well,
It's
good luck with
crazy.
that. Good luck with that. Well, right now he's insulated, but remember, people like let's see, Cash Patel, we just mentioned, Pam Bondi, and Christy Nome, and the rest of those people under his belt. They're not insulated, so they could be gone immediately. They could even wind up in jail.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I always say the truth is eventually going to come out. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. I don't wish for anybody's demise, but all I want to do is sit back and watch. Just sit back and watch. It's going to happen because America right now don't know exactly what to do, especially with this war right now. Yes, should they have gotten? I mean, nobody's going to be mourning the death over this Iran leader or the Ayatollah. Nobody's going to mourn over him. He's done some terrible things, but the way we supposed to go by about it was wrong. How in the world are you going to declare war and don't even go tell Congress about it? That's the thing. That's the thing that gets me. You're going to
because he
declare war?
because because he thinks he's God. He thinks he can do anything he wants.
Is
He
that
thinks
right?
he can do anything he wants.
That
And
right?
this whole thing could have been over a long time ago. But you know who I blame for this? I blame the courts with this delay. The guy Trump duped all of these judges. Oh, we can't do this. We have to do this. We have to do it. We'll give us a month or so. Delay, and they could have got rid of this guy a long time ago.
And that's why I got a lot of respect for Hillary Clinton. You saw how she just stood up to
Yep,
to those people. She said,
yep,
"Are you kidding me? Are we doing
yep,
this?"
yep. And she
Here
says,
it
I'm
is. The
done. I'm
president
done
got
with it.
all these here files and names. His name pops up thousands and 10,000 times, and they don't subpoena him. They don't even subpoena his wife, who took a photo with him. Oh, don't get
Yeah.
me started. I know that we're losing. I know that we're about to get off the air, but I'm gonna finish this here tomorrow.
Okay,
I'm
you're
gonna
going to be
finish
back with
this.
us tomorrow for the full show, or how's?
I should be tomorrow. I should be here in the full show. Yeah. If there's any
Okay,
change, I'll let you know.
okay. Either way, you're going to be here for sports anyway, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. We look forward to seeing you then, and then we'll talk more about this. No, it's not over. We'll talk more about it. How's that?
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Sounds
fine.
good.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And before we go up there, I want to remind you to set your clocks back. Set it up 1 hour because it's daylight savings time. And we're going to come back tomorrow on the coffee hour. Brian Camp will be with me again. He'll have sports, and then we'll talk more about this. And then meet us back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. for more of Talk Back Live with Brian and I. He's my co-host. We'll see you then. Have a great one. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with Frank Allan and Brian Camp. The producers are Al Dale and Katina Camp. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.